Have you ever felt love slipping away, not because of anger or betrayal, but simply through silence and distance? What if the key to reigniting passion wasn't about trying harder but understanding deeper? Love fades not in a single moment, but in the spaces between unspoken words and unmet needs. But what if one conversation could change everything? Join us on a journey where an elderly man named Benjamin unveils the forgotten truths of love, connection, and intimacy, lessons that could transform the way you love forever. The Wisdom of Benjamin, a journey to rekindle love. Have you ever wondered what an elderly man with decades of experience could teach us about love and intimacy? Imagine if just one conversation could change the way you understand connection and help you bond more deeply with your partner. Today we explore the wisdom of Benjamin, a 75-year-old man whose profound insights into love and relationships have transformed the lives of many. Stay with us until the end. These lessons might just change the way you love and communicate, helping you cultivate a deeper and more meaningful relationship. Emily's journey for answers. In a small town nestled between rolling hills and tranquil rivers, there lived an elderly man named Benjamin, known not for magic, but for his remarkable ability to understand unspoken truths about love. Miles away, Emily sat in her home, watching the growing distance between herself and her husband. There was no anger, no fights, just a silence built from years of familiarity, unspoken words, and unmet needs. She knew her husband still loved her, and she loved him. But the spark, the closeness that once came so effortlessly had faded. One afternoon, as she watched the sun dip below the horizon, a memory surfaced. Her grandmother had once mentioned a man, a mysterious elder in a distant village, who understood love better than anyone else. If you ever feel lost in love, seek his counsel, her grandmother had said. Back then, Emily had dismissed it. Love had seemed so simple. But now, as she sat in her quiet home, she realized she needed answers. With a glimmer of hope and a longing to reconnect, she packed her bags and set out to find Benjamin. The journey was long, winding through forests and valleys, but with every step, Emily felt lighter. She wondered, if she was being foolish, what could an old man in a remote village tell her that she didn't already know? But a part of her held on to hope. When she finally arrived at Benjamin's ivy-covered cottage, she hesitated. The wooden door creaked slightly open, and the scent of herbs and old books filled the air. Taking a deep breath, she knocked gently. The door creaked open, revealing Benjamin. He was older than Emily had imagined, with silver-streaked hair and eyes that seemed to see into her soul. "You've travelled a long way," Benjamin said, his voice warm yet powerful. "Come in. Let's talk." The secret to lasting love. Sitting by the fireplace, Emily finally let her heart speak. "I love my husband," she admitted, "but I feel like we've become strangers. We live under the same roof, but don't truly share with each other anymore. I don't know how we got here, and I don't know how to fix it." Benjamin nodded knowingly. "You are not alone in feeling this way. Many couples stay together but feel worlds apart." He leaned forward. "Love doesn't fade on its own, Emily. We neglect it. But just like a forgotten garden can be tended back to life, so can love." A lump formed in Emily's throat. "How?" she whispered. "How do I bring love back?" Benjamin smiled. "It all begins with understanding that love and connection are two different things. Love alone is not enough." He explained that most people mistakenly believe love is permanent. They think that once they have found it, it will always remain. But love is like a river. It must keep flowing, keep changing, or it will dry up. Emotional connection before physical intimacy. Benjamin shared a truth Emily had never considered. Most women think intimacy is purely emotional, but for men, desire begins in the body, not the mind. Without emotional connection, physical closeness will fade. Emily frowned. "But we talk every day." Benjamin shook his head. "Talking isn't the same as connecting. A man doesn't just need words, he needs to feel seen, heard, and appreciated." Emily sat in silence, realizing the truth in Benjamin's words. Her conversations with her husband had become routine. No depth, no real connection. "For men, intimacy is deeply tied to emotional affirmation," Benjamin continued. "If he feels distant, unheard, or unappreciated, he will withdraw, not because he wants to, but because he no longer feels valued enough to be vulnerable." Emily hesitated before asking, "So what should I do?" Benjamin smiled gently. Start by rekindling emotional connection. Before passion returns, hearts must reconnect first. Keeping the passion alive. Passion doesn't disappear, Benjamin said. It gets buried under the weight of daily life. Emily asked, but why? Why does something that once burned so brightly grow cold? Benjamin smiled. Because love becomes routine instead of emotion. Couples start saying we should spend time together instead of I can't wait to see you. When a man no longer feels desired, his heart slowly closes. Emily nodded. I understand now. I know my husband still loves me, but he doesn't look at me the same way anymore. The excitement is still there, Benjamin reassured her. It's just hidden. To uncover it, do what you did when love was new. For the first time in years, Emily felt something strange. Hope. Emotional transformation. When Emily returned home, she didn't wait for her husband to change. She changed first. And slowly but surely, like embers rekindled into flames, their love burned bright once more.